Hey guys, what's up? This is Cody from Convention Reviews, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different for you guys. In a few videos back, I said that when I officially reached 500 subscribers, I was going to do kind of a special video. Well, 500 subscribers came and gone. We're now a little bit past 550, and I never did the video. I'm finally getting around to doing it. I'm sorry, that was my fault, you guys. But today, we're going to be talking about my first ever anime convention. The first one that I ever went to. And to help me out with that, I've got my good friend and colleague here, Dakota Richards.
Hey everybody, you've probably seen me before in a couple of Cody's videos, including the SVR introduction and a bunch of his con videos, including the convention interview, where I was the 10th Doctor.
Okay, so yeah, guys, did you mention your gaming channel?
Oh, we do have a new gaming channel, me and our friend Nate, and Cody's part of it as well. It's called DNC Nation. And
there will be a link in the description. Just go subscribe to DNC Nation. There's no videos as of the time that this video is being made, but there will be soon. It's a Let's Play channel.
Yeah.
So, okay.
If you like
video games.
Yeah, if you like video games and
and comedy.
And comedy and men. So, wait, that came out wrong.
Anyway, okay, what we're talking about here today is Anime Crossroads 2011. And up to this point and continuing on through the rest of the video, you will actually be seeing footage from Anime Crossroads 2011. I know the footage is not as good quality as what I do now. That's because I wasn't even doing convention reviews back then. I just happened to be really into recording.
Cody's always been that guy. You've always been the guy that just has a camera.
I have. I've always been into it. And so I had an old Flip HD, if you guys remember those. I'm really dating myself here. But I had an old Flip HD.
My whole 4 years.
I had a Flip HD, and that's what it's all recorded on. But without further ado, this is our Anime Crossroads 2011 experience. Our first ever anime convention before we knew what we were doing.
Yeah. So just want to jump right in and talk about it?
Yeah, I got a list here, and I'm going to be reading off of. I'm just going to say what I got written down, then we'll talk about that. So first of all, we were crazy excited.
Yeah, if you watch any of the raw footage now.
Also, I'm gonna put a link to the first part of the raw footage of that con in the description as well, if you want to watch that con.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, if you watch the raw footage now, you see us when we get there. We're just like, yep, here we are.
Yeah, we're used to it now.
But if you go and watch the raw footage and you see us, we're like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. It was our very first con. We didn't know what to expect. We were just so crazy excited.
Yeah, that was the next point, actually. We didn't know what to expect. We were very excited. Like, I could not get the smile off my face. But at the same time, we didn't know. We were excited going into the unknown. We had no friends who had ever been to an anime convention before. And it was me, Dakota. We were staying in one room. And then our other friends, my brother, Chris, and his friends, Tyler and Dallas, were staying in another room. And none of us had been to cons before. We didn't know what to expect. We were excited. We were hoping it was going to be fun. But at the end of the day, we really didn't know. We were taking a leap of faith.
Okay. What's next?
The next thing I got is that we were a bit shy to get into talking to people.
Yeah. You notice now we go to cons. I interview people. Well, at least I did the last one at EvilCon. And I have no problem talking to people now. But, back then, people would come up and just start talking about anime. And I, honestly, at that point in time, I had only recently gotten into anime.
Yeah, I'd been into it for a while, but we weren't used to being around so many people that were into this fandom. Mm-hmm. Coming from a place where we've never been to an anime convention before, it was really different. We were just really shy. It took us a while to get out of our comfort zone. But when we did, boy, did we.
It hit Saturday, but we'll talk more about Saturday in a minute.
Yeah, Friday we were definitely staying within our comfort zone.
It was slow. There wasn't a whole lot of people there.
No, I do remember that the elevator was janky.
Yeah, but it was fun. Memories.
Yeah, Anime Crossroads, it was at a small hotel, guys. Like, it was small. This is probably the smallest convention we've ever been to this point. And that elevator was janky, but it only had to go up one floor, so we were fine. We also, I thought that maybe cons weren't as fun as I'd hoped they would be. Okay, basically what I'm saying here is that it had a slow start. And so at first we were kind of like, well, maybe this isn't, is this all there is to a con? Like, maybe this isn't as fun as we thought it was going to be. Because nothing was going on. We thought we were going to get there and everything was just going to happen right away.
Yeah,
be right in our face.
Get there and it was just going to automatically be
basically, but that's a big con. We didn't realize what we were going to is considered to be a very small con now.
Yeah.
We didn't really know the difference back then. Yeah, like I said, the hotel was small. We tried to go to like every panel.
And there's one just about every. If you've ever been to a con, there's a panel just about every hour, and you can't hit them all, so you got to pick and choose.
We didn't really know the difference between main events panels and fan panels back then. We thought everything was just kind of run by the con until we started going to some of these fan panels, and we were like, well, wait, these are different. These aren't really as high quality as the ones in the main event room.
This person's not funny.
Yeah, pretty much. So we started to learn really quickly that if it's not in the main events room, we should really read up on it and go in with a grain of salt because it may not be the best. It's a saying. I've heard it.
You've heard it from you?
Now, I do remember that Todd was late that weekend. It was going to be Vic, Monica, and Todd at that convention.
Yeah.
And Todd
Vic
was
Mignogna,
late.
Todd Habercorn, Monica Rial, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, if you don't go to conventions, then you don't know.
If you're not a cool person.
Basically, Todd was late, and I was pretty sad about that. He didn't end up getting there until Saturday, but it wasn't too bad. Opening ceremonies, though, it was some of the best opening ceremonies I've ever been to.
Honestly, that, in my opinion, that was probably the best opening ceremonies.
Basically, we didn't really know what opening ceremonies were. We just knew they were going to open the con. We go, they play this amazing AMV that got everybody super pumped. If you've heard me talk about Anime Crossroads before, you know one of the things I like about them is that they play this AMV.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say it really goes all back to what you have talked about. And Crossroads, just that con, has just always handled it so well. They get you in, they show who you're going, or show who's going to be there that weekend, and then they get you out. And
they started all with that AMV. And that AMV had us so pumped. Little did we know, later cons, not every. We thought
to the AMV maybe.
Yeah. Also in the link in the description there'll be a link to that AMV, so you can check it out for yourself and see how this would get anyone who's never been to a convention before extremely pumped. And of course that gave us the false impression that every con did AMVs like that. And so when we went to our next con, we were pretty sad to see that that's not the truth.
But our next con was Anime Central, so
but,
I mean.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Ace in here.
Yeah.
Okay, we did flip out when Vic came out. That is one of the few times in my life that I have fangirled.
I have fangirled, I think, a total of 3 times in my life. Like, legit, like, I get excited and stuff, but I think the 3 times I have fangirled was when they announced the Goku vs. Superman death battle.
Yeah.
I lost myself. When I got Jared Leto and the rest of 30 Seconds to Mars' autograph.
Exciting.
And just the entire Vic experience. The whole weekend was one big fangirl experience.
Yeah, we'll get to more. We had a lot happen with Vic that weekend. But when he came out, every other voice actor came out. They stood on the stage. They introduced themselves, whatever. Vic comes out. He's funny. He's nice. He jumps off the stage, which we weren't expecting. He walks right by us. We were on the edge.
If it right here in the point in this video, you can probably see he's standing right next to me.
Yeah, he was right there, guys. And for our first time at a convention, that's exciting. If you've been to tons of cons, it's not as exciting to see Vic anymore. But if it's your first time,
it's always exciting to see.
It's always exciting to see Vic, but that first time is insane.
That first time you ever see Vic Mignogna, it's.
Now, another thing was Monica had a cold that weekend. Monica Rial, her voice was different, and we actually watched back through our raw footage before doing this video, and I can clearly tell.
Yeah, if you know Monica, you know she's got a mouse voice.
It was pretty deep that weekend.
Yeah,
so
she sounded like she could have been Lust.
Yeah, honestly. along with Vic, we have like I mentioned earlier, our friend Tyler was there. There was some Vic Tyler love going on. If you were at Anime Crossroads 2011, you might remember this. Basically, at the Vic panel,
can I tell this story?
At the first Vic panel, you can go ahead and start telling the story.
So basically, at the Vic panel, I wasn't in there for this, but I remember that getting the story told to me.
You weren't in there for that?
No, see, I went up to the room to get some food or something.
Oh.
Or a drink.
Well, that sucks.
Got that caffeine addiction.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Vic comes in and says, I need fangirls for the people that are waiting for his panel. He says, I need fangirls to help me with something I'm doing. And everybody
He was very secretive about it. We didn't know what he was doing.
Didn't know what was going on. We'll tell you more about what it was a little bit later. And Tyler, who you can see him right here, that's our big buddy Tyler, he just goes, can I be a fangirl? And Vic goes, yes, in fact, you're the star of the film.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. That was the first time that... we were just freaking out that Vic even talked to Tyler there. So then, as you can see what's happening here, if you look at the video, that's what he was having him do. All the fangirls were running at this camera, and Tyler came out in the back, and he was like, just basically eat the camera. Like, it was interesting. We didn't know what was going on. Later, we'd find out at our next con at Anime Central, he was filming for Todd of the Rings.
Yeah.
And if you watch Todd of the Rings, you can actually see our friend Tyler in there. What part is it? It's when
Sam touches the crotch of the Todd.
Yeah, he touches the crotch of the Todd, and it goes like black and white, and all that stuff's happening. You see kind of a big guy like coming at the camera. That's our friend Tyler.
That's our buddy Tyler.
He's in there, and that was pretty cool. Also, I didn't write this down, but we didn't cosplay at that con.
We didn't, actually.
None of us cosplayed. We were like, we're just going to go do whatever. I know the closest we got was a lot of us wore silly hats.
By a lot of us, mean you.
Chris wore
a Santa hat.
Yeah, Chris wore a Santa hat the entire time.
And hipster glasses.
I wore this blue hat.
Yeah, you see it right there, even.
And one time, Dakota wore...
I wore those, yeah. That's
some dreads.
Self-explanatory.
Some dreadlocks. Also, we didn't know what crossplay was. This was our first time seeing men dressed as women.
And vice versa.
Yeah, and we were very confused. We were like, wait, why are they doing that?
Also known as
what's
traps.
going on? Yeah, traps. We didn't know what traps were back then. Traps and cosplay.
Do you remember the Sailor Moon?
Oh, yeah.
There was like a 6'4" man in go-go, like 6-inch heels, Sailor Moon, walking around. But I'll admit it was a good cosplay.
It was a great cosplay, and... we weren't like weirded out by it or anything. We just had never seen it before.
Just like, whoa.
It was kind of cool. And now we see crossplay all the time. We know what traps are. We're experienced now.
A little hard to spot sometimes.
Oh yeah, some traps are. That's why they call them traps.
It's a trap. Like, also, look at that guy.
I don't know about Dakota, but I didn't know that cons had dealers' rooms. I had no idea there was just a whole room you could go in and search around and buy merchandise. Like I said, we didn't know what to expect.
I didn't, it's not that I didn't know, but I didn't not know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I went there and I was like, oh, cool. You know what? I did know there was going to be a dealer's room because I had been to a youth group convention called IYC with my old church youth group about a year before, and there was a dealer's room there. So I think I knew there was going to be a little something there. But what I wasn't expecting was... you go to any dealer's room, yeah, you're going to get some expensive things, but I didn't realize at the time how expensive anime was. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, some things are really pricey in dealer's rooms. Also, speaking of dealer's rooms, that was where my love of swords first came from. If you watch my stuff, you know I have a sword collection. And I bought a Sephiroth sword. I think... Was that the only sword I bought that
That was the only... I remember because we had a really hard time shoving it into your tiny Mustang.
Yeah, I bought a Sephiroth sword. God, that's what started it all. I thought it was just the coolest thing ever.
What was the next one you bought? It was the
Ichigo sword.
Was it the Bankai?
Yeah, but that wasn't at that con. So our room was right next to the elevator door. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I do remember that. We thought that was really awesome. Right when we get off the elevator, just right there, it was our room. We thought that was pretty cool. I already put down I wore that blue hat. Oh, yeah, we cut in line. I was talking to Dakota about this earlier. He didn't really remember it as well as I did, but
I kind of remember it now.
we were going to the Vic panel on Saturday. There was a huge line of people because it was our first con. We didn't realize that this line was going to fill up like crazy because like we didn't know how cons worked, especially for Vic. We should have known that a Vic panel was going to fill up. But so we're like, we're not waiting in this line. So we just walk up to the front of the line where people are going in. And guys, we were stupid back then, okay? This is what we said. We were dumb. Don't hate. We've changed since then, okay?
We've changed.
It was our first con. We were like, these guys are just a bunch of nerds. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna stop us if we try and walk in front of them. We said that. I know you just lost respect for us. I don't think that way anymore. But we were dumb kids back then. So we go and we literally just walk in front of these people and walk into the panel, and they didn't say anything. They didn't say crap. So, yeah, we did that.
That happened.
We went to a Name That Anime Tune panel, and that started our love for Name That Anime Tune panels. But we mostly like to go with our friend Tyler.
Because he's seen everything.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of anime. He was at that panel, and he blew these people away. He was getting all of them right.
Like, the song would start. Like, he'd get, like, a note in. He'd hand right up.
Yeah. He's good.
The fart noise was my hand going in the air.
That weekend, and I think we did it at Anime Central too, but it stopped after that, probably because I got a girlfriend, and yeah, you'll understand when
You sound so sad. I got a girlfriend.
I mean, it's a good thing, but that weekend, and I think at Anime Central too, but that weekend's where we started it, we had a rating for girls and how hot they were.
We're about to sound really sexist.
Okay, this sounds bad.
Again,
I know.
we were like 18 at the time.
We were young.
This was 4 years ago.
So if they were really hot, this was code, so that we could do it right in front of them and they wouldn't know. And like looking back,
we're really
the
stupid.
really hot one. Obviously, they knew what we were talking about, but we were doing it right in front of them, next to our friends. We'd be like, if they were really hot, we'd go hot, 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 hot.
And then if they were if they were just kind of hot, it was warm summer day.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh, warm summer day alert. There's got a warm summer day, and we'd be like, oh, okay, they're pretty hot.
If they had like a good cosplay, but like
if they were decent,
it was cool summer day.
Yeah, they were cool summer
But
day.
if it was just it was
yeah, we'd be like, Bleh! I know this sounds so
this
bad,
is
guys.
bad. I'm a little ashamed that we're telling.
I'm
this.
kind of ashamed of this, but
do we want to not put this in?
No, this is going in there.
Oh,
this
God.
is our experience, guys.
Oh God!
Everybody did some dumb things at their first con. Okay, also at this con, another big thing that happened was my brother met a girl named Sydney.
Do we want to put names? I don't think we should say names.
Well, I already said it. Her name was
Bleep it
Sydney.
out.
I'm not bleeping it.
Oh,
it's
man.
my channel.
Oh man.
I don't know her last name. There's billions of Sydneys in the world.
Right.
So my brother met this girl. Her name was Sydney. And that was the first time that we realized anime convention girls, you kind of got to watch who you start dating. Because he took her home. You know, they spent a lot of time at the con hanging out together. That was one of the things I remember a lot from the con, was that he spent a lot of time with that girl. And then they started dating back home. And that's when we first learned that you kind of got to watch when you meet people at cons. You got to...
They dated for like 2 or 3 months, didn't they?
Yeah, but you got to be a little bit smarter about it. Basically, it just turned out... I don't want to be mean or anything, but they just weren't right for each other.
Mm-hmm.
They were just big problems. So, I don't want to make a lesson out of this video or anything, but if you meet somebody at a con, don't just start dating right away. Get to know them a little bit.
Believe me.
Yeah, it's happened to Dakota too, but that's not at this con. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
Also... tons of Ed cosplay. Edward Elric. Probably because Vic was there.
Yeah. There was a lot of Ed cosplay, which is weird because the last one that we went to, that Vic was there. Every other one there hasn't been a lot of Eds.
Yeah, but there were a ton that weekend. Tyler. Oh yeah, we went creeping with Tyler Saturday night. Well, it was pretty much all weekend, but we really tried it on Saturday.
We tried to make this a tradition, didn't we?
We tried to, but Tyler didn't go to all the cons with us.
Yeah.
He kind of fell off, so we couldn't continue to do it. Basically, he wanted to creep on girls, and every single hot girl that he found, he'd go and be like, "Can I get a picture with you?"
But he'd always make a weird like face.
Yeah.
Can we maybe throw a picture in just as an example?
If I can find one, guys, I'll put one in.
I think there's one on my Facebook.
Well, if I can find one, Dakota,
Okay.
I'll put one in.
You know what?
But
Back up.
anyway, Tyler was going up to all these girls. He got a bunch of them. And in our extras video, if you watch Anime Crossroads 2011 extras, we put every single picture of all the girls that he found there. And we count them all out. Oh, my God. We were dumb. Tyler, also, later that night, no offense to anyone who likes Italia, just a little warning right here. We're not fans of the show.
Nah.
Okay?
I'm not about that life.
I'm not going to say I hate it because I've never seen it. I can't say I hate it. But Tyler, just to be funny, he would
Tyler
go
straight up hates this show.
Oh, yeah, he hates it. You have to understand that. We've never seen it. We're not going to judge. But Tyler hates the show. He would go up to Hitalia cosplayers, and he would say, hey, I love the show. Hitalia's a great... Or not... He would say, I love your cosplay. I love your cosplay. You got a good cosplay. But then he'd go, but Hitalia sucks. I hate the show. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They attacked him. It was so bad. Guys, if you're Hitalia fans, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm sure you're nice people. But if somebody tells you that they hate your show, I mean, just be like, okay, you got a different opinion than me. Walk away. We thought Tyler might die that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
He was nice about it, too. He was really nice about it.
Just come up, I love your cosplay, but Hitalia sucks. Quote.
That's it. He didn't come up and be like, oh, the show sucks.
The show sucks.
It's crap.
You guys are crap for
that's
watching it.
That's all he said, and he got attacked.
Like,
it was crazy. It was fun, though. Then also, Tyler was, while we're talking about Tyler, he was treated like a celebrity this whole weekend.
Yeah.
Because of the Vic thing. Not only was he in that, the next day at the next panel with Vic, we were there, somebody was like, where's Tyler at? Vic was like, Tyler, my big guy. And he found Tyler. He came up and kissed him on the face. Him and Tyler had some back and forth all weekend.
Yeah, it was great.
And then we'd be, what?
Are you about to talk about that?
About walking around?
Walk around.
Yeah, we'd be walking around, and people would be like, oh, you're Tyler from the Vic panel.
And then we'd be like, hey, and Tyler's friends.
Yeah, we were in the background like, oh, Tyler's friends. Nobody cared about us. And we actually met this Celty who we were trying to take a picture of. We were just kind of talking to her, and she was writing the stuff on her phone. It was really legit cosplay. And she just goes, I know you, Tyler. And we were like, what? No way! And we come to find out that she was at the Vic panel.
She was actually part of the...
She was the fangirl behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. We met a lot of people at that con. It was cool. I don't really know any of them that we met there that we still talk to, but we did for a while. Also, me and Tyler went to a Hitalia panel while we're still talking about this Hitalia stuff. We kind of went there because, Tyler doesn't like Hitalia, and we were like, well, it'll be funny to see what their panels were like. It was funny. I mean... It
was funny. I would probably not go into too much detail.
It's just because I don't know Hitalia, that not knowing what they were talking about made me laugh. But, like I said, if you like Hitalia, no offense.
The funny thing was Tyler. It wasn't us. We didn't go there. We were laughing at Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's reactions were just great.
Yeah, we weren't laughing at the Hitalia fans. We were laughing at Tyler.
Also, we went to... That's the first time we saw an Ask an Anime Character panel.
And still, Crossroads is the only con still that's that I think's done that.
I know there's another one that's done it, but it's the only one I've been to that does it.
I'm sure there's several that do it.
The rave. Guys, we didn't know about anime conventions having raves. We were just walking around Saturday night, and we were like, what is that music? You remember that?
Oh, yeah. And then we looked on the program, didn't we?
Yeah, I think. Or I think we just went to where the music was coming from.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, dang.
Yeah, there was a dance going on. We just jumped in on the rave.
It was like...
That was really exciting, to not know what was going on and then just come across it. That was pretty much it on Saturday.
But, side note, we thought that rave was the most epic thing later. Throw out that little video clip of the rave.
I'll see if I can find it and throw it in there.
Yeah, look at that.
But we thought it was so epic, and later, now we look back on that and we're like, that rave was tiny. It's kind of pathetic.
Once you've been to, like, Soap Bubble.
Yeah, once you've been to the Soap Bubble and stuff like that.
I don't know why I said bobble. Soap Bubble.
You look back on that and you're like, well, okay, that wasn't much. We didn't really do much on Sunday. We kind of just went to the dealer's room and wrapped it up and just went home. One of the things I do remember a lot from Sunday was the Vic panel in the morning. We were really excited to go and see Vic again.
But
And we didn't know what the panel was about.
it was a panel called Sunday Thoughts with Vic, and we thought, okay, Sunday Thoughts, this would just be another funny Vic panel.
Yeah.
When we got there, maybe it's because we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't stay for the whole thing, so it might not be like this in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
But it started off as kind of like, it felt like a church kind of thing. Because Vic, if you don't know, is a very, very religious man.
The whole thing is kind of a churchy panel. Like,
Yeah.
I've heard it before. That's what it is.
Is it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Our problem with it was that not only us, but I think a lot of the people in the panel didn't realize that's what it was going to be.
And the atmosphere was really, the tension was palpable.
It was bad because, like I said, most people didn't realize what this panel was. They go in there and this is what they get, and there was a lot of talking under their breath, and we just ended up leaving. Like, I mean, I'm okay with having a church panel, but
I'd try it again, to be honest. Just now that I know.
Yeah, now that we know what it is. But know that if you ever go to a panel with Vic on Sunday, there's a good chance it's going to be a church panel. So if you're, like, not religious at all, maybe you should just avoid that one.
Yeah.
The last thing I've got to say is we were not prepared for this convention.
At all.
At all. We did not bring much food, much money, really. We didn't realize that we weren't going to get much sleep. It was just a crazy experience. We slept decently, but not as much as, like, I expected to get a little more sleep. I didn't realize that cons went, like, all into the night. So, and I just remember coming home that next day. This con wasn't even far from our home. It was like 20 minutes away. I just remember that drive back home being completely exhausted and so hungry. I just wanted to get home and have a real meal. And
The real meal with no wheels.
what?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, that's when I look back on that con, I just remember not being prepared. And be prepared. If you've never been to a convention before and you're listening to this, bring food, guys.
Bring food.
Bring a lot of food.
Or if you're not into, like, bringing your own food, at least bring some money up. Save up at least maybe another $100
For food.
to go buy food. Because honestly, that's every con I've been to. Most of my money has been depleted because of food.
Yeah, food's going to take a lot of your money. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was nice having Dakota here to help me out with it. Because it was me and him in the room at the con. Like, we shared this experience, so I figured...
So we're sharing our experience with you.
I figured it'd be better to have him help me tell you guys about this. It was a really fun con. It'll always have a special place in my heart, I know that. Mm-hmm. And
Definitely.
When I look back, I don't think it's the best con I've ever been to. At the time, when I got home, I thought it was
like,
crazy.
Nothing's going to get better. Oh, man.
Yeah. We thought that was the best there was. We were afraid to go to other cons because we were like, well, that one was too good. Seriously.
Again, the second con we went to was Anime Central.
Yeah, so, I mean, we quickly learned that there's much bigger out there than Crossroads. But at the time, we were on such a small scale, and...
Still looking back, it's not necessarily that the con was good. It was the memories that we made at that con.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were just so good.
And, guys, if any of you want to experience that con a little bit more, if it sounds like something you might enjoy, you can go to the description, like I said, and click on the video. It'll be under raw footage for anime Crossroads 2011, and you can watch it. You can watch it happen with us, because I recorded a lot of it. Not as much as I record now, but there were about 9 parts of raw footage, so you can go and check that out if you're interested. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next
See you
video.
guys.
Yeah. See ya. Stop sneezing at the end of my video!